Good morning, buenos días, صغير. Welcome back for another lesson from English al Español, al Árabe, where we take words and phrases and translate them from English to Spanish and then to Arabic. Here's something you won't forget. Think, the imperative, the command form in English. 1 syllable. Spanish, 4 syllables. This is typical. Piénsalo, piénsalo. Here in Puerto Rico, we say, dale casco, dale casco. Give it helmet. Casco is a helmet. Dale casco. And in Arabic, fakir, fakir, fakir. A more useful and less offensive sounding word that's derived from these 3 letters is fikra, fikra, an idea, a mindset, or an ideology. Fikra, al-fikra, the idea. Fikra. This morning I have a children's story about 2 mice. And that prompted me to mention a little something about the irregular plurals in the English language, in all the languages actually. But in the English language, the irregular plurals, which generally come from archaic Germanic dialects, must be treated as vocabulary by students and must be memorized. Some of the more famous examples are 1 child, 2 children, 1 mouse, 2 mice, 1 goose, 2 geese, but 1 moose, 2 moose. Moose stays the same, singular and plural, as does fish. 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish. In Spanish, no hay, there are none. No hay. No los hay. No hay nada de eso. There is nothing of that. In Arabic, the situation is a bit murkier. Most of the feminine nouns are pretty easy. Most of them just take an at suffix at the end, at, and that makes them plural, except for like a dozen or so irregular ones. However, the masculine nouns in the Arabic language, the plurals can be made from many, many different patterns. That's why it's a good idea as you learn new vocabulary words in Arabic to write down the singular and the plural and keep going over them until you can better guess and get a feel for which vowel pattern any given plural might fit into. And the story about the 2 mice goes like this. A small mouse is walking with a big mouse. Un ratón pequeño está caminando con un ratón grande. However, in Spanish, I'm more likely to say, un ratón pequeño anda con un ratón grande. Andar, the verb, means to walk, the same as caminar in Spanish. However, andar implies how you walk or who you're walking with, as in, con quién andas? Con quién andas? Who are you with? And in Arabic, I'll only be pronouncing the short vowels on the nouns and not on the adjectives. So it will be, فأرون صغير يتمشى مع فأر الكبير. فأرون صغير يتمشى مع فأر الكبير. Let's talk about that word small in Arabic, because it can be very challenging to pronounce for beginners and Americans. It has 2 letters that don't have counterparts in any European language. The first one is sa, the letter. And the sound that it makes here, it's got a feta here, it's sa, sa. It's not sa, it's sa. The tongue is lower and more forward in the mouth. And this letter, which was a personal challenge for me, is hein, hein. People say it sounds like the French R, arroir, and that's a great place to start. S'agir, s'agir, the gargle reflex too. S'agir, s'agir. And this symbol is supposed to be the tamabuta, which we add to the end of it, any adjective if it modifies a feminine noun, as in like a car. In Arabic, car is sayara. Small car, sayara sagira. Sayara sagira. And this is how you see that hein letter, hein, hein, in its isolated form, its initial form, and its final form, sagir, sagir. Now let's talk about that verb, yatamasha. Yatamasha. Masha is walk in standard Arabic, and tamasha is like to stroll. Ya is the tag for the 3rd person masculine, that he's doing it. Yatamasha is strolling, really. So, yatamasha ma, yatamasha ma. Ma is with. Fa'aril kabir, because he's the object. Moving right along, the little mouse is the big mouse's son. Or so the word order better lines up with the Spanish and the Arabic. The little mouse is the son of the big mouse, but we would really say the little mouse is the big mouse's son, using the apostrophe S construction in English. El ratón grande es el hijo del ratón, oops, strike that, reverse that. El ratón pequeño es el hijo del ratón grande. No room for error there, huh? El ratón pequeño es el hijo del ratón grande. الفأر صغير هو ابن الفأر الكبير. فأر صغير هو ابن الفأر الكبير. But the big mouse is not the little mouse's father. Pero el ratón grande no es el papá del ratón pequeño. لكن الفأر الكبير ليس أب الفأر الصغير. لكن الفأر الكبير ليس أب الفأر الصغير. How can this be? ¿Cómo puede ser? كيف يكون ذلك? كيف يكون ذلك? Think. Piénsalo. فكر. Because the big mouse is the little mouse's mommy. Porque el ratón grande es la mamá del ratón pequeño. لأن الفأر الكبير هو الفأر الصغير. Well, that's about it. Thank you very much. I hope you learned something about big mice and small mice. Have a great day.